Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the LCC Virtual Job Fair. Plenty of jobs coming up with AMR. Great opportunity. And to kick it all off is our great Councilwoman, Olivia Diaz, who's always trying to get, opportunities and jobs for her constituents, for her community, for our community. So, Councilwoman, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Peter. I appreciate this invitation. Bienvenidos. Welcome, everyone. I'm so happy to learn that you're taking advantage of this wonderful opportunity through this LCC Virtual Job Fair. We know that right now things are not normal, but we're trying to get there. 2021 will be the year where we get things back on track. I'm very confident in that. And it speaks highly of you that you're interested in looking in new job opportunities. And I can't tell you how important it is for us to be informed as a community, como comunidad, that there are so many job avenues that are out there that are good salary, good benefits, and sometimes your education is paid for just because you are interested in a career track, such as becoming a paramedic with AMR. I mean, who else will pay your very first class, kind of pay you while you're learning the trade and you're on the job? And it will be a rewarding career because you're helping others in the most needed moments of their life. And this might spark also an interest in not just stopping at a paramedic. Maybe it'll interest you in becoming a nurse, becoming a physician. Those days where we all decided what we wanted to do when we were in high school are gone. We could be changing career tracks 2, 3, 4 times in our life. That's proven because now the needs of our society are changing. The needs for vocations need to change. And so I just want to applaud you again for taking this opportunity, being here, and taking advantage of making sure that you are on the best career path, not just for the needs of our community, but for your needs and your family needs. So, bien hecho. Espero que tomen esta oportunidad. Adelante. Keep going forward. This is the very first step.
Very eloquent words from a great Councilwoman Olivia Diaz. And you said it all. I mean, I don't know what else I could add. This is an opportunity, and I hope our folks in our community, and there's no age limit. There's, listen, if you're out of work, you're a past culinary worker, and now you're out of work, this is an opportunity for you to start a new career. And like the Councilwoman said, there's never a time to not be looking at an opportunity. So this is the one. Thank you so much for joining us and kicking it off, Councilwoman, and I hope that you stay safe. And keep fighting for us. Sigue peleando para la comunidad.
Claro que sí. Gracias, Peter.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the LCC Virtual Job Fair with AMR. We're calling it a job fair. I'm calling it job opportunity, career opportunity. And that's kind of what we always try to do at the Latin Chamber. We're trying to find alternative ways for people to find careers and job growth and paths that may not always include the traditional paths. And so I'm just grateful to have AMR as a member of the Latin Chamber of Commerce, a strong member, but more importantly, from day one, the whole focus from my very first meeting with AMR was, how can we help the Latino community? How can we help those folks out there? And I'm grateful for that, and grateful to have my friend Damon from AMR here today to talk a little bit about, the job opportunities and getting to know AMR a little bit better. So Damon, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Pete. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be able to provide this opportunity to the Latin Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, no, we're really appreciative. So before we even get started, tell us a little bit about AMR.
So AMR is the largest ambulance company in the country. So our parent company is called Global Medical Response. And if you were to look us up, AMR is also American Medical Response. So that's what AMR stands for. So we're the largest air and ground pre-hospital transport provider in the country. We're in 48 states. We have about 45,000 employees, and we range from helicopters to airplanes to ambulances to non-emergent transport vehicles. So we have a lot of opportunities, and we have probably one of the largest and most robust special event medical services in the entire country.
Yeah, and you guys have been in the community a long time.
Yeah, so we've been here actually since 1953. We were originally Mercy Ambulance, and in the mid 90s is when AMR really started to form. And so AMR, as its brand, has been in Las Vegas since 1996. And we also have a subsidiary brand here in North Las Vegas, which is Medic West Ambulance. And so we're a pretty large employer. Currently, we have about 850 ground or clinician providers, and then we have an additional about 70 administrative employees.
That's excellent. That's really good. And we love our companies that have been here a long time and in the community and grown with us and been great partners in the community. So very happy that you guys are here. Very happy that you guys are going to be here a long time. So tell us a little bit about this career opportunity that you guys are offering.
So what we're proposing or what we're bringing forward is the pathway to paramedic. And what that really is a pathway to eventually get to your paramedic certification. And that really opens up a lot of doors. So what we want to do is offer a scholarship program to get into our EMT class. And when you get into our EMT class, it's kind of an accelerated program, meaning that it's going to be 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. But the key is we're going to pay you to attend that class. And then at the conclusion of that class, you will be certified as an emergency medical technician or an EMT. And then we're going to give you two options. We're either going to let you go to work as an EMT, run 911 calls, work special events, transport people from one facility to another, or we're going to allow you the opportunity to go to the next step, which is the advanced EMT course, where you get to increase your skills, you get to increase your knowledge and your capabilities, and it's a raise, right? It's a new promotional opportunity within the organization to operate there. And we're going to do that class in one of two ways. We're going to do a traditional school where you go on your days off, you're able to attend, and that's going to take place over 12 to 16 weeks, depending on how we schedule it. Or for a smaller group of folks, and we're only restricted right now because of some of the COVID restrictions that we see, we're going to have another accelerated program where it'll be a 5-week program. You'll be paid, and that'll be your class, that'll be your schooling, and that would also be your work for a short amount of time for that 5-week period. And then you'll be an advanced EMT at the conclusion of that. Then we'll move you straight over to our workforce, where we're going to encourage you to work for at least 6 months before we start looking at paramedic school.
Wow. So they're starting class, they're getting paid for going to class, and there's potential for upgrowth.
Yeah, immediate growth, right? So if your class ends on a Friday, we may have that class either scheduled for the next following Monday, or we may give it a little bit of a week in between. But regardless, the point is that we know that we need EMTs to help service this valley. We want to make sure that every time somebody calls 911, they have an ambulance there and that they have quality providers. And so with the education that we're able to provide in-house, we're able to know exactly where your education came from. We're able to kind of really instill in you the AMR mentality and the AMR thought process, and then immediately carry you through advanced EMT school, eventually paramedic school. And like I said, after that, the possibilities are endless. We have supervisor, FTO positions, critical care positions. And so, you know, we just want to get you in and start building that foundation.
Wow, it seems like a win-win to me. I mean, this is a no-brainer for that student or that person out there kind of drifting and thinking about what their next move is. This could be the next move.
No, not only would I say this should be your next move, but if you really look at the situation that we find ourselves in, the one thing that we have is sustainability, right? So healthcare has been the predominant piece that's been focused on during this pandemic that we're in. And we haven't had to lay anybody off. We haven't had to furlough anybody. As a matter of fact, we've continued to hire, and onboarding is what we desire to do. So there is job security, if anything, to talk to a lot of your folks, is there's job security when you're in EMS. We are constantly looking to hire. We're constantly looking to help you grow, not only individually, but, you know, or personally, but also in your career, whether it be as a paramedic or administration, whatever it may be. But job security, longevity, that is key when you talk about emergency medicine.
That's amazing. So who is the candidate? Who should be going for this? What do they need to have? How much schooling must they have?
So simply, you have to be 18 and 18 or older. You have to have already graduated high school. So you either need a high school diploma or you have to have a GED in order to qualify. And other than that, you have to have a valid driver's license, and you have to be able to pass a background check and a drug test. Those are the minimum requirements. Once you're able to do that, we'll sit you down for an interview, and we'll interview you, and we'll decide whether you're going to go immediately into this program, or because of the limitations in space that we have due to COVID, if we're going to waitlist you. But what we plan on doing with those waitlisted individuals is employing them into our vehicle service technician position, where they start to really learn the foundation and the fundamentals. So that position is responsible for stocking the ambulance, so making sure that all of the equipment is on the ambulance. But that really provides a huge benefit when you talk about transitioning from that position to an EMT, because realistically now you know where everything on the ambulance is.
Of course.
And so if something critical happens, we're like, grab this, grab that. And you're like, oh, I know exactly where that is. And so you're already familiar with driving an ambulance, the layout of an ambulance, the equipment, and all of that other stuff. And you have a job. You're employed. You're starting to have an income for you and your family.
Yeah, I think that's the key. We got to emphasize that. Folks, if you're listening and you're wondering, I hope you heard all of that. So you got to be 18 or over, GED or high school diploma, no drugs, of course, but look at the opportunity you have. And so, like you said, even stocking the ambulance, that's a learning curve. That's learning growth.
That is every position we have here within our organization is a learning opportunity. And the learning never stops in our industry, right? Medicine, science is always evolving. It's always changing. We're always developing new skill sets for EMTs and paramedics, so that the learning never stops. So regardless of what position you're in, you're always learning to prepare yourself for the next best thing, right? So we want you to focus on being the best EMT you can be. And then that'll eventually evolve into you being the next best AEMT or advanced EMT, and then eventually the paramedic, and so on and so forth. So that there's ample opportunities, but we want to get you in on that ground level, start building that foundation, and watch you grow from there.
Damon, that's a tremendous opportunity you're offering the community, especially the community I represent, but the whole community. We want anybody who's out there to really take advantage of this situation and this opportunity. So when does the first class happen?
So tentatively right now it's scheduled for February 15th. So we're taking applications. We're starting the interview processes now. You'll be able to find more information. We've supplied Pete with some information to where you can apply for the position. And so we definitely encourage you to apply as soon as possible, because like we said, the first class is starting tentatively February 15th. But if you don't make that class, that's okay, because right now we're scheduling 2 classes a year. And so you can either go that route, or there's some other traditional routes that you can go as well. But we want to get you in the door, and we want to start your career in EMS as soon as possible.
Yeah, so we've sent out a flyer a couple times already, with a little scan bar on there. But is there a phone number? Is there somewhere they can call? Or should they only use that scan button?
The scan way is the easiest way to do it, because then we're able to kind of digitally track everybody that we've been able to contact, reach out to, follow up with. It's just easier for us to track it and do everything electronically. So there is that opportunity. There's also an email address for anybody who necessarily is still learning the whole QR code process, and that's pathwaylv@gmr.net. So pathwaylv@gmr.net.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Well, folks, I hope you take advantage of this opportunity, career pathway AMR is offering. I think it's a tremendous way to create a career that will help you have the dignity of providing for your family, for yourself, and providing a career. And at the same time, you're actually helping the community. I mean, this is part of a healthcare system. So you become a vital, important key to our community. Wouldn't you say, Damon?
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. Anytime there is an incident that occurs in this valley, it is AMR, Medic West who are responding. We were a big component of the 1 October response. But I think when you look at our industry, there's so much opportunity, and you get to be behind something that is literally life-changing. So you get 1 minute you could be running a 911 call on a very significant call. The next day you could be one of the ice medics at a Vegas Golden Knights game, right? There's just so many opportunities within the industry. And I think that when you really start to peel back the layers, you'll find out that EMS is a lot more than the general public really sees. So you see us in ambulances, and you see us running emergency calls, but behind every concert, behind every convention, behind every event is an EMT and paramedic waiting just to make sure that everybody's safe. So a lot of career opportunity, there's a lot of growth opportunity. And so I encourage you to apply today and let's start building your career for tomorrow.
Damon, I couldn't have said it better. I appreciate your passion. I appreciate your commitment to helping the community, helping the Latin Chamber membership. And I just wish you nothing but success for you and AMR always.
Thank you. And I appreciate you inviting us onto the show. We work well with the Latin Chamber of Commerce. And we're really excited about this program because we think it's going to have a huge impact, not only with the Latin Chamber of Commerce, but Vegas as a whole. And so we're excited to get it started.
Okay, everyone, we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining in. And you can always have access to this video, so you can get the email, do what you got to do, but get with AMR on this opportunity. Do not let this escape. Thank you, guys.
Take care.